we are going to go through all the questions that I've gotten over the past month, because we have a lot of new people in the group and it doesn't all come together. So if you have any questions and you want to add to this, just do so in the comments and I will address them. And what I want to do a little bit differently is I want to answer all the, I'm going to go through all the questions. I'm going to answer all of them quickly, and then we will go back and I will go into detail the answers, because I hate when you're watching a video and you're like, you wanted one answer and you have to watch like 45 minutes of it. So this way you don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to. So the questions that I took down from the group over the past month are these. If I don't feel any different not eating gluten, does it mean that I can eat it? Short answer, no, and I'll explain why when we go back into it. What diet is best for healing MS? Well, the short answer, gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, remove the heavy metals. Whether you want to eat vegan or paleo or all meat or no meat or high fat, that's going to depend on you. There is not one answer. Hey, Stephanie. There is not one answer that is good for everybody, because everyone is different. Every single person is different. Every body is different. Everyone has needs. But what I teach you is how to listen to your body, how to understand the signs of what your body is trying to tell you, so that you can decide for yourself what diet is best for you. So even if something is working great for somebody where they're doing all protein and all fat and they've never felt better, sometimes they get like, hey, you should do this. It's worked for me and I feel great. So therefore, this is the diet for everybody with MS. But that's not how it works, because everyone's body is different. Everyone's liver, I'm getting into the details like I said I wouldn't. I'm going to get back to that. All right, so can I eat nightshades? Absolutely. It's all a theory. Will fasting help me heal my symptoms? Yes and no, depending on when you do it. We're going to talk about that. How does wearing perfume affect my healing? That's a quick answer. Perfume, it's a chemical. If you can smell it, the Epstein-Barr virus can feed on it. And the whole thing of how we're healing right now with MS is starving the virus. Starve, kill, detox is the name of my protocol. You starve the virus, you kill it with your very strong immune system, and then you detox it out of your body. We're going to get into the details of that. Why does celery juice make me nauseous and tired? Well, right. If it's supposed to make me feel good and it's supposed to be healing, why am I nauseous and tired? You're doing too much too fast. You're killing too many pathogens at one time. Next one, my blood test came back negative for EBV. Does that mean I don't have it? Nope. There's a slight chance that you don't have it. About 5% of the people in the world don't have Epstein-Barr virus. So if you're in that 5%, yeah, you don't have it. But when you take a blood test, you're going to only see the antibodies, because in stage 2 of the Epstein-Barr virus, it goes into an organ. And then once it's in the organ, it can't be detected in the blood anymore, so the blood tests are useless. But what you can see in the blood are the antibodies. So let's go back up to the top, and we're going to go into detail. Any questions, put them in the comments. So I put as the title, Heal MS for Good. And I get the question, is it really possible to heal MS for good? Yes, I'm proof. There's a lot of proof out there. That's why, Rhonda, I'm glad you're on here, because a lot of people say, well, you know, I've had it for so many years, I've had it for so many decades. Can I still heal? Yes, yes. The reason why you have symptoms is because you have the Epstein-Barr virus in your body that is alive and well. And that is what's causing the symptoms. The symptoms are caused by the Epstein-Barr virus. The Epstein-Barr virus goes through 4 different stages. The 4 stages are, you come in contact with it, it's getting a lay of the land inside your body, you don't know you have it. This is the time when it's easily killed, because it's weak and it's new inside your body. And you can easily kill it, but you don't know you have it, so there are no efforts made to kill it. Stage 2 is when you have mono. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, I've never had mono, so I guess I don't have the Epstein-Barr virus. Mono can be very aggressive or it could be very mild. There are over 65 different strains of the virus. So stage 2, the one that they call mononucleosis, you might not be sick at all. You might think it's allergies or you just got a cold. It might not send you to the doctor. Or you might be like me, where you land in the hospital for a week and they're not even sure what you have, and they finally see it and they go, oh, you have mono. Stage 3 is when the virus leaves the bloodstream and goes into an organ. Whatever organ it goes into, that's what you're going to be diagnosed with. Whatever organ it goes into, you're going to get a collection of symptoms that's going to send you to the doctor. And the doctor's going to say, oh, that collection of symptoms is called MS, or it's called Crohn's disease, or it's called lupus, or IBS. Depending on the strain, so Epstein-Barr, over 65 different strains of the virus. In stage 3, it's going to leave the bloodstream and it's going to go into an organ. For us diagnosed with MS, it went into our liver, it went into our kidneys and our liver. Liver, kidneys, and liver and kidneys. Liver, there's one more, I forget. Let's say liver and kidneys. If it goes into there, that's going to give you a certain set of symptoms that's going to take you to the doctor. Doctor's going to say, oh, you have MS. Now, if your Epstein-Barr virus in stage 3 went into your thyroid, you get diagnosed with thyroidism. If it went into your intestinal tract and it's living right there, depending on the strain, mild to aggressive, you're either going to get diagnosed with IBS or you're going to get diagnosed with Crohn's disease. There is no such thing as an autoimmune disease. No such thing. Your body is unable to attack itself. That's never it can't happen. And I feel like we've all spleen. Claire, thank you very much. I couldn't think of it. Spleen, kidneys, and liver. That's when the virus goes into those 3 things. That's what's going to give you the MS diagnosis. So depending on where the virus decides to live in your body is going to determine the diagnosis that you get. But it all comes down to the Epstein-Barr virus. You kill the virus, you get rid of symptoms. Now, there's something with MS that is a little different from every autoimmune disease. And you're like, yeah, here it is. Here's the clincher. I've only worked with MS. I haven't worked with thyroid or Crohn's or anything else. I've worked, the hundreds of clients that I've worked with have all had MS. And I'm finding that our physical symptoms are linked to what's going on up here in our heads. If we feel like we're stuck, and that's what most people I work with, including myself, feel stuck, no choices, that's the physical symptom that's going to manifest in the body as stuck, no choices, can't move, legs are heavy. So I want to be clear. I got a lot of time to think over this past month. I want to be clear that the protocol, the starve, kill, detox protocol, is not the end-all, be-all, cure-all. That is the foundation. That's where it starts. Because this is what happens. After working with hundreds of people, I was able to see a pattern. You can't not working with that many people. And the pattern is you start on the protocol and all of a sudden your brain fog, that's the first thing that goes away. Your brain fog goes away. You start getting more energy. All of a sudden, sleep helps. You know how with fatigue, everyone's like, oh, just take a nap. You're like, you don't understand. It's worse to take a nap because then I got to get myself going again after the nap. You don't feel refreshed after a nap. When that goes away and you start feeling refreshed after sleep, your brain fog goes away, the numbness and tingling starts going away, the drop foot starts lifting and you're going, oh my God. Heat exhaustion goes away. When these symptoms start to go away, in your mind you're going, are you kidding me? I do have a choice. I was told that I was just going to have to live with these symptoms forever and that there was nothing I could do about them. The neurologist said, well, this is MS, just get used to it. You know, exacerbations come and go. They're going to get worse. They're going to go better. Do you live without your spleen? Can you live without your spleen? If yes, can I remove it? Dana, I don't know if you can remove it. I don't think you can. But you're funny. Yeah. Can you live without your liver? Can I remove it? No, I totally hear you. Can we just remove the infected organs? I want to be clear on this protocol because I don't want anyone to think, oh, I do the protocol, I'm going to get completely better. You are going to get significantly better and the symptoms are going to go away. And what happens is, this is the pattern that I've seen after working with all these people. You start going, wait a second, I have choices. I don't have to live with this. I was told that there was nothing I can do with this. There is something I can do with this, about this. I don't have to live like this anymore. And then you know what happens? You go, what else don't I have to live with anymore? Where else do I have choices? And then all of a sudden you start standing up for yourself and you start setting boundaries. And then your energy changes and your frequency changes. And guess what? It keeps going up and up. And the more you take care of yourself, and it starts with the physical body, you first got to take care of that so you have the energy and you have the mental clarity. When you start taking care of yourself on the inside, with the protocol, killing the virus, that's step one. Then you start taking care of yourself in every way possible. And that's when your vibration starts to rise. And that's when you get to 100% healed. It is not a process that happens overnight, over months, over years. It's different for everybody. For me, it took me 10 years because I didn't know all of this. I ran into the medical medium in 2015 and I had healed myself about 60% of the way. And then I was happy with that. I was walking. The fatigue and the brain fog didn't hit till 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I thought, okay, I could live like this. But once I found his stuff on the celery juice and the lemon water and the heavy metal detox smoothie, that's when symptoms really started going away, almost close to 100%. But in that time, I was taking care of, I need to set boundaries. I need to start doing more things for me. I really need to take stock of my life and see where I need to make changes. And you can't do that when you're stuck in bed, you're freaking exhausted, people have to do things for you. My husband was taking me to the bathroom. There was nothing that I could do for myself. Now, after healing, I'm always talking about what it looks like after the healing process and how great life is and come on and do this. And I was reminded this past month, having COVID, that I was reminded of what it was like to be stuck in bed and what it was like. I was so triggered. I don't know. I don't teach on how to remove the triggers because that I still deal with. God, 15, 16, 17 years later. 17, 16, 15 years later, I'm still being triggered back to the time when I was sick. I'm going to need my own coach for that because I don't know how to get that to go away. But I want you to understand, you start with the protocol, you start getting rid of your symptoms, and then you start chipping away at the things that need changing in your life. Suzanne, hi. Been doing the morning protocol for 3 weeks now. Oh, wait, been doing the morning protocol for 3 weeks now. Wow, what a difference in how I feel. Suzanne, thank you for saying that. Put more of this in the group because it's hard, Suzanne. Is it not hard the first couple of weeks to wake up? Especially that first time. Let me move my heater. Hold on. Especially that first time where you're like, you might not even like celery juice. And you're like, I got to do this every fucking day. No, you don't have to do it every day. You do it on a consistent basis. And consistently means you don't give up. The consistency does not mean you have to do it 5 times a week and you have to do this 7 times a week and you have... No, if that was the case, I would have never healed. I wouldn't say I'm the most undisciplined person, but I don't want to live my life chained to a schedule. That's not me. So I didn't even do celery juice until 2015, and I started to heal. The biggest thing was the gluten. All right, so let's get into that. The second one was, I don't feel any different not eating gluten. Does that mean that I can eat it? It's not the gluten that's taking you down. So when you stop eating gluten for a couple of weeks, you're not going to feel a difference. And the reason is because the Epstein-Barr virus, the cell itself, the virus itself, only lives for 6 weeks. Gotta take these glasses off. I can't stand the reflection of my eyes. The virus itself only lives for 6 weeks. And then it takes a couple of weeks for that dead virus to get out of your body. While you're killing it, again, starve, kill, detox, while you're killing the virus, it's going to take you 6 weeks to kill the virus and then a couple more weeks to flush it out of your body. When you first start to not eat gluten, there's plenty of other food for your body to eat, for the virus to eat, for the virus to survive on. There's plenty of it. So if you're first starting this protocol, and there goes my power. Oh no, I can still. Okay, I just want to make sure I can still see the questions. So the virus has plenty of food inside your body to feed on. Gluten, dairy, eggs, heavy metals, and the heavy metals are all over the body. We take this protocol and I say week 8, 9, or 10. From the time you start the protocol, you start counting. Weeks 8, 9, and 10 into it is when you're going to feel a huge shift in your symptoms, in your energy, in your heat tolerance. And the reason for that is because it takes the virus 6 weeks to die, and then it takes your body a couple weeks to get rid of the dead virus. And you're thinking, okay, well, the virus is dead. What's the problem? The dead virus is a neurotoxin and a dermatoxin. So it's toxic to your nervous system. It's toxic to your skin. So as you start to heal, if you start to get more psoriasis and more eczema, you might think, oh no, what am I doing wrong? I'm getting worse. You're not. That's the dead virus coming out of your body. This is why working with people and letting them know, they think, oh, Jeanene, I'm getting worse. My God, look at my scalp. I couldn't believe how bad it is. I'm like, what week are you in? Oh, you're in week 7? Okay, it's coming out of your body. That's the dead virus. So if the life cycle of the virus is only 6 weeks, and it takes your body a couple of weeks to get rid of the dead virus, that's why we count till week 8, 9, and 10, and you're going to feel that big shift, because you have significantly reduced the food inside your body for the Epstein-Barr virus to feed on, which means you're weakening the virus. The virus is dying faster, and once it's weakened, when you start to weaken the virus, it can't produce the smoke screen. The virus is very smart, which is how it's been able to evade medical tests, the medical industry for decades. It kind of, like an octopus in the ocean inks to get away from its predators, right? It sends ink into the water and the predators can't see it and it swims the other way. The virus, the Epstein-Barr virus, does the same thing. It puts out this smoke screen that confuses the immune system. The immune system's like, I know you're there. I knew you were there. I tagged you earlier in stage 2. I tagged you, and now I know you're there, but I can't get to you because of that smoke screen. When we weaken the virus, it can't produce that smoke screen. So now you've got the weakened Epstein-Barr virus floating around your body, and you're building up your immune system with all the antioxidants and all the foods, making it strong, unlike what they tell us to do with our immune system at the doctor's office. We make our immune system strong so that this weakened Epstein-Barr virus can be attacked by your immune system. And then we've already gotten the detox processes working in the body with the celery juice and the lemon water, and that helps to flush it out faster. So when you start the program, when you've got all the things down, the lemon water, the celery juice, you're going gluten-free, you're watching your dairy, not really watching, you're getting rid of dairy, you're getting rid of eggs. Why? Because those things also feed the virus. You start counting the weeks. And I know it's a long ass time. The first 8 weeks of doing this protocol suck. You know why? Because you're doing all these things. Everything is new. You're trying so hard to be good. You're trying to do all the things, and you're not seeing any results. And you won't see any results because the virus lives for 6 weeks, and it takes your body a number, like 2-3 weeks. Everyone's different to get it out of your body. That's why everybody does, though, feel the difference at weeks 8, 9, and 10. Now, how long it takes you is going to be completely different from how long it takes somebody else. It might take you 6 months, it might take you a year to evolve into this protocol. If you had nothing but time and money and, somebody serving you your food and making your celery juice, and you had no kids or no job or nothing to do and all the energy in the world, yeah, this could happen a lot faster. But who do you know like that? I don't know anybody like that. So yes, my original program was 4 months long because it takes at least 4 months for you to learn all the things and start evolving into this process. It is an evolution. If you think you're going to wake up tomorrow and be like, I'm going to be gluten-free, dairy-free, and egg-free, and I'm going to drink my heavy milk smoothie, I'm going to do the celery juice and the lemon water, you're setting yourself up for failure. You can't do that. Not because there's anything wrong with you, just because you're human, and no human can do that. You evolve into these changes, just like for anyone who has children. I think of this story because my sister, when my kids were tweens, like 11, 12, 13, she's like, I don't know how you do this, driving all around, doing this, doing that. And she's like, I could never. I'm like, Christina, you don't give birth to kids this age. You give birth to a baby. And then you learn as you go all the things that the baby needs. And then the baby turns into a toddler. And then the toddler, goes to kindergarten. And then you evolve into it. Nothing in life that is huge happens overnight. And this is huge. Doing this protocol is huge. This lays the foundation for all the other changes that you're going to make in your life that you need to make, or I should say that you want to make, that are going to bring you more joy. Not need, because it's not you need to do this. It's all the things that you want to make in your life, all those changes. You don't have the energy to do that. You don't have the capacity or the bandwidth to do it right now. That's why it starts with the protocol. So I don't want anyone going into this protocol thinking it's going to end everything. It's not. But what it's going to do is it's going to get rid of a shit ton of symptoms. It's going to give you a lot of energy. And then you're going to go, what else can I clean up in my life? I've cleaned up my body. I know what I'm doing now. I've got that ball rolling. And now what else don't I have to stand for? What other boundaries can I set in my life? And that's where the magic begins. And I can say that from, let's say, 3 years of experience now, because the group, in the group coaching, my first program I rolled out 3 years ago, coming up, I think, in April. It was 3 years ago. And some of the people are still in there for 3 years, and I have watched them heal their body. I have watched them set boundaries. I have watched them change their lives. Nothing happens overnight. So I want to make sure you understand. Don't beat yourself up. It's an evolution. It happens, and sometimes it happens more quickly, and sometimes it happens more slowly. It all depends on your life and how much you are capable of making changes. For me, it's very slow, very slow. I just want to read some of these comments before we get to what diet is best for MS healing. Oh, because I took notes, I want to talk about that. Okay, Allison says, is it safe to do the protocol while on MS medication? Allison, that's a great question. There's nothing unsafe about the protocol. The protocol is just lemon juice or lemon water, celery juice, heavy metal detox smoothie, gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, and some supplements. But we get into the supplements months after you start the protocol. So there's nothing safe, unsafe about the protocol while you're on the MS medication. That is a really good question. And it's not, is it safe to do while you're on the medication? You can eat like that whether you have MS or not. You drink the celery juice, and people do. This protocol was put together based on my experience over the past 10 years, the medical medium information, but it's not specific to MS. It's specific to humans. Getting rid of the pathogens, which is the bacteria, the viruses, getting rid of that and getting your body back, everyone says into balance, but what does that mean? Into balance means when the toxins come in, your detox systems and organs are working and can flush them right out. There's no need to be afraid of toxins. Your body can handle that, but you have to give your body what it needs in order to keep up with the onslaught of chemicals and viruses and bacteria that we come in contact with on this planet every day, just walking out our front door. So don't think you're doing anything wrong. It's just living on this earth. You're going to come in contact with these pathogens. This protocol brings your body up to strength and balance so it can handle all of that. And it can get rid of the Epstein-Barr virus, which is causing MS symptoms. Now, while on the MS medication, disease-modifying drugs, and I don't say whether or not to take drugs, that is your choice. I can't say that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not certified in anything, by the way, so that's my disclaimer. My disclaimer basically says, hi, I'm Jeanene. I'm not certified in anything, so whatever I say, don't listen to a word. That's what it says all over my website. With the disease-modifying drugs, what that actually does is it kills the body's ability to make antibodies for viruses. I know that sounds crazy, but look it up, the B cells. It kills the B cells. And the reason why it does that, it kind of makes sense. When the medical industry was like, what is this multiple sclerosis? Like, what are they doing out there? Like, what's happening to these people's bodies? When they put us under the MRIs, and you guys know this, what do they see? They see the immune system attacking myelin, the rubber coating around our nerves. That's all they see. They see the myelin, they see the immune system, it's attacking. Oh my goodness, the body is wrongly attacking itself. We need to stop that. The attack cells were antibodies, but specific antibodies. Antibodies that the body makes to fight viruses. Scientists were able to see that these specific antibodies were the ones attacking the myelin. That's all they could see on the instruments, on the MRI machines. That's all they could see. Myelin, B cells attacking. So they thought, all right, well, guess what we're going to do? We're going to cure this bitch, and we're going to kill the body's ability to even make B cells. Therefore, it can't attack the virus, and that should be the end of MS. Well, as we all know, reading about medications, that didn't happen. It wasn't the cure-all. In fact, a lot of medications are making people worse. So, if we now know, and the medical industry now knows too, that multiple sclerosis and all autoimmune diseases are caused by the Epstein-Barr virus, symptoms of the Epstein-Barr virus. Your body needs to be able to kill the Epstein-Barr virus. We now know that the body is not attacking. It never was. What they saw on those machines, on the MRI machines, what we see when we hold them up to the light, when we give the contrast, what we see is the immune system is attacking the Epstein-Barr virus. This is your myelin. On the myelin resides the heavy metals. Heavy metals are the favorite food of the Epstein-Barr virus. The Epstein-Barr virus is feeding on the heavy metals that are on the myelin. Your immune system is going, oh my God, virus, we need to get rid of it. And it starts attacking the virus. What the machines don't see are the heavy metals on the myelin and the Epstein-Barr. It's only measuring, it only can see the myelin and the immune system. So, when you're trying to heal, of course, when you take away the food of the Epstein-Barr virus, gluten, dairy, eggs, heavy metals, when you take away the food, you are naturally going to bring down, or I should say as a consequence, you're going to bring down the viral load, the Epstein-Barr viral load. You're bringing down the load. So that's less for your body to fight. So you're going to feel better no matter what. Even if you are on disease-modifying drugs and you don't have those antibodies to fight the virus, I don't want you to think, oh, I'm a lost cause then, I don't have these antibodies. No, because guess what? You're still bringing down the viral load. You're still weakening the virus. You're still going to feel a difference, a huge difference in energy, because your lack of energy is coming from the immune system constantly on the attack, constantly fighting the Epstein-Barr virus along with everything else that's in your body. So, doing this protocol is going to get rid of the pathogens. And pathogens is an umbrella term for bacteria, viruses, and any other toxin that doesn't belong in your body. This protocol gets rid of those toxins, builds up the antioxidant level in your body, which is the ammo for your immune system, and gets your detox processes, the spleen, the liver, the kidneys, and cleans them out and gets them going so that you can starve the virus, kill the virus, and detox it out. Hence, starve, kill, detox protocol. So whether or not you are on medication, and let's say you're like me, where in the beginning, I didn't want to get off the medication. I didn't want to go on the medication, but when they scare the shit out of you and you have young kids and they go, Jeanene, you're going to go blind, you're going to end up in a wheelchair, you're not going to be able to walk, you need to go on the medication immediately. Who are you to say, no, thanks, I'm good, I think I'm just going to drink some celery, right? You feel like an idiot. And so I did the same thing. I went, okay, sign me up. When do I inject myself? How do I inject myself? Sign me up. I got worse on the medication. A year after, back then it was 2007 to 2008 that I was on it. We had 3 drugs to pick from. Today, you have a whole pamphlet of drugs you can choose from. But we had Avonex, Betaseron, and Copaxone. And Betaseron was the one that I chose because it was in every other day. Like Copaxone was once a week, and they said that it took you down for days, and I didn't want to do that. So I was on Betaseron for a year because they scared the shit out of me. Of course I did it. And after that year was up, that's when Julie fell. And that's when I was paralyzed in my arms and my legs. And when I say paralyzed, they were completely numb and completely, like, they weren't even there. Like, I couldn't use them. I couldn't bend my arms. I couldn't use my legs. It's like they weren't even there. Like, not only had they been Novocained, but I couldn't use the muscle in them. Both arms, both legs. And that's when my daughter fell in front of me. I was left alone with her for only a few minutes by my ex-husband. And she fell and I couldn't get to her. And that's when my mind snapped and went, I'm done. I'm so fucking done. I can't do this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to find a way to heal this because I can't be a mother and have MS at the same time. I can't. I had these 2 beautiful kids and I knew for certain, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that God did not give me these 2 beautiful children just to take away my ability to take care of them. I knew there was something wrong. My body wasn't attacking itself. There was something in there that my body was attacking. And back then, I didn't know what it was. We didn't have the medical medium information. So I just thought, and we didn't have the Harvard study that just came out last year. So what I did was, I thought, okay, well, what does the immune system attack? Bacteria, virus, and fungus. That was the third one I was thinking of. And so I said, I'm going to treat my body like I have all 3. And I eliminated everything. I eliminated anything that I thought was an allergen. And I did that for 3 months. And I quit smoking and I quit my job. I quit everything. I quit drinking soda. So all I lived on was water, fruit, nuts, vegetables, seeds. I'm missing something? Fish. I think I ate fish. Cut everything else. I felt better immediately. like within 2 weeks, I was like, oh my God, something is different. I felt better immediately. I did that for 3 months. It was amazing how different I felt. The numbness was gone. I wasn't moving too well, but the numbness was gone. It was huge for me. The clarity, the brain fog was the first thing to go away. And then I thought, okay, time to test some things back. So I started with the dairy, tested that back, the soy, the corn, nothing. Everything's fine. I'm like, okay, great. And then I think it was like probably the beginning of the 4th month, I tested back the gluten and a bowl of tortellini. And I did that last because I was like, I'm Italian. How am I going to live without eating gluten? And when I ate the tortellini, nothing happened. I'm like, oh, this is great, until the next day. And the next day I didn't wake up. I didn't die. I didn't wake up for 18 hours. I slept for 18 hours. My husband at the time checked to make sure I was still breathing. I didn't recover from that tortellini for 2 months. I fed the virus feverishly. Now, over the next 10 years, I have lots of stories. But it all started with, there's something to that gluten. And I didn't know what it was, but I avoided it like the plague. I didn't know about that the dairy fed viruses until medical medium came out. And I didn't know about eggs, the big one. Medical mediums, like, yeah, they grow. When they're testing viruses, they grow them on eggshells, and they feed the viruses the egg yolk, the egg white. I had no idea. I still healed about 60% of the way, not knowing this medical medium information. So if you're beating yourself up going, I don't do celery juice every day, I don't do the lemon water, I get the heavy metal smoothie in maybe once a week, great. You're doing more for your body than you did before. It is an evolution. And maybe in 3-4 months, you're going to be like, you know what? Now I'm doing the heavy metal smoothie twice a day, or twice a week. Now I'm doing it 3 times a week. You're going to evolve into this, and it's going to change your life. But you can't go into it thinking that it's going to happen overnight and that you're going to make all of these changes, especially if you're not living gluten-free right now. Going gluten-free is not easy. Once you get gluten-free, it's easy because you have all your substitutions. You know, when you're shopping in the grocery store, you're not buying different things every week. You're buying the same thing. You go down the aisles, you do this, or you're on the app, you get the same things. Once you transition your food over to gluten-free and you know the good brands, you know what to look for, you know what, shit pizza and what's good pizza, that's when it gets easy, because you're like, all right, then you buy the same things almost every week anyway. So are we hearing this sound? Let me take my earrings off because I feel like they're bouncing against the microphone. So I wanted to stress that it is an evolution that absolutely will happen. Okay, next question. What diet is best for healing MS? There is no one diet that fits all. There is not one diet that is best for everybody. Whether you have MS or you're perfectly friggin' healthy, there's no one diet that fits everyone. When you're healing, according to the medical medium, according to Anthony Williams, when you're healing a chronic illness, an autoimmune disease, any chronic illness, you always want to reduce the protein and the fats. The reason why he says this is because when the liver gets sluggish with pathogens, it doesn't work as well. And the liver is responsible for producing bile. Bile is what breaks down fat and protein in your gut. It breaks down the food so that could be used for energy. When the liver becomes overburdened with the Epstein-Barr virus or viruses in general, bacteria, the longer we live on this earth, as you age, you know how they always say, as you age, oh, it's normal to gain weight, a pound or 2 a year. It is normal because it happens to most people, but it's not right. It doesn't have to happen if you keep your liver clean. The cleaner you keep your liver, the more bile it can produce, the more it can break down and digest your food. So protein and fats are one of the hardest things for your body to break down. So when you're healing from any chronic illness, the medical medium always recommends bring down your protein and your fat level. Get your proteins, get all your nutrients from fruits and vegetables, and beans are a great source of protein, and you want to combine the beans and the brown rice. You want to do your homework because you want the complete proteins. And yes, that's hard too. Everything is hard, isn't it? We got ourselves to this point though. We got ourselves to this point where we didn't pay attention because no one taught us to. It's not your fault that you're at this point where you're having all of these symptoms. It's not your fault. Nobody taught us. No one said, Jeanene, you eat Domino's pizza and Jersey makes subs and drink 2 liters of Sprite every friggin' day. You're going to end up with an illness. I was like, what? There's got to be some kind of vitamins in this pizza. I can live off of this. That was my diet always because no one taught me any different. And so if you're to the point where you're like, I am completely overwhelmed, I have so much to change in my life, I don't know what to eat, what not to eat, start with fruits and vegetables. That's it. Start with adding more fruits and vegetables to your diet. Start with, if you're living on a diet of fast food like I was like, do sit down a couple times a week. Just little changes that are all going to add up. You don't have to do everything all at once. So what diet is going to be best for you? Whichever one makes you feel the best. I wasn't able to eat corn for a really long time in the beginning because it would bloat the shit out of me. And anything that bloats you, is causing inflammation, isn't digesting properly. I couldn't eat it. It was awful. I looked like I was 4 months pregnant for days if I ate corn. Now I can eat it and it's no big deal. I still don't eat a ton of it because yes, corn is very inflammatory. And he also says that corn feeds the virus, though I don't feel like it does as much as the gluten and the dairy and the eggs because I now eat corn. A lot of people have always eaten corn and have still healed from the virus. So there is not one diet that is good for everybody. If you're getting bloated after you eat, one of two things is going on. Either it's the wrong food, you're not digesting it, it's causing inflammation, or let's say you get real bloated after you're eating melon. A lot of people go, oh, you know what, I think I'm allergic to melon because, I break out in like this skin rash and I get bloated when I eat it. And it came up on my allergy test. Guess what? Medical medium has taught us that when you eat those fruits, those are very powerful healing foods, and they're going to kill specific pathogens in our body. So all the different colors of the fruits and vegetables, they're all responsible for killing different pathogens. They get inside of our body and they kill something that has been there for so long. The dead pathogen now is causing this noxious gas inside of our body, right? The dead virus. The dead virus of most viruses and the dead corpse, the corpse of the virus, most viruses, is a neurotoxin and a dermatoxin. So the noxious gas that's caused is going to cause you to bloat, and you're also going to start to get skin rashes, making you think that you're allergic to it. But guess what? It's actually the pathogen that fruit or vegetable just killed, and that's what's causing the symptom. So that's why those allergy tests aren't very reliable, because most of the time you're not allergic to the food. What you're reacting to is the gas created from that food killing the pathogen. So it's a fruit or a vegetable. Do some homework with the medical medium or reach out to me, because it's usually not that. And there's a way to do it. I'm not going to tell you keep eating the melon if it's going to bloat you and give you a skin rash. Obviously stop eating the melon, but then we're going to clean up your diet and we're going to clean out your liver so that you can slowly start incorporating those foods back, and then you don't have to worry about eating anything because your body can digest it and most of the pathogens are out of your body. I hope that wasn't too much. Okay, I'm going to talk about nightshades next, but I want to answer Rita's question. What if someone smokes cigarettes? A woman at the gym, very bad, smokes. I told her about this protocol. Well, listen, I am the last person to say anything about what people do. If you smoke cigarettes, I used to always say before I was ready to quit, I'm like, listen, cigarettes, they're gluten-free, dairy-free, and egg-free, okay? I'm going to smoke them. I needed them for a very long time. I went through a really hard time in my life, and when I was single mom, little kids, no help. Yeah, I smoked cigarettes as I was trying to heal, and I didn't tell anybody. I always did it in secret because here I am trying to heal from MS, smoking my cigarettes in the corner of the backyard, hiding from the world. I'm not going to tell you not to smoke cigarettes. We all know how bad cigarettes are. We all know what smoking does. So you don't need me telling you how bad it is. We don't need to tell anybody how bad it is. Everybody knows. If they're making a choice to smoke cigarettes, that's an emotional choice. They need that. They feel that they need that. That is a crutch that is getting them through. Just like the wine, just like all the other crutches that we use out there. It's a crutch that's getting them through. And I am in no way going to tell somebody you need to stop smoking. What I'll do is say, hey, listen, do you need to meet here? You need to talk? Like, what's going on in life? And if they want to quit smoking and get healthy, okay, yeah, sure, I can help you. Totally, I can totally help you. But I'm not going to be the person to say you need to quit smoking, because that's a deeper issue. It's not just about choosing something that's unhealthy. That's about an emotional issue that they're trying to keep packed down, and it keeps coming up, and the cigarettes keep it packed down. And that is part of My long-term coaching program is when we are already on the protocol and we're cleaning out our livers. And then we get into the emotional negative energy that is stuck in our body and how to release that so that we can further heal our symptoms. Because there are symptoms that are not going to go away until you fix the limiting beliefs in your mind. If you think you're not worthy of healing, you don't deserve to heal, you did this to yourself, you're going to stay stuck. We're going to heal some symptoms with the protocol. Of course, you can't not. Changing what you put inside your physical body, it's going to change. But there are some core beliefs that we need to work on and get up and talk about together in a non-judgmental way so that you feel strong enough to not smoke. That's what that's about. So that's a whole nother thing. I wouldn't go there with anyone. Let them do what they want. They're on their journey, and it's not for us to say, you need to quit. You know that's bad for you. They know it's bad for them, and they already feel guilty about it. I guaranteed. Kiara, that's a beautiful name. Kiara. I hope I'm saying that right. What's the protocol? My protocol is called the Starve, Kill, Detox Protocol, and it is based on my 10 years of experience going through the healing process, and it's also the medical medium information with the celery juice and the lemon water. I teach the protocol every Live at 5 that I do. I teach the protocol, I download the videos, and I put them on my YouTube. You can watch all of the videos. Basically, the protocol is, in a nutshell, lemon water, celery juice, heavy metal detox smoothie, gluten-free, dairy-free, and egg-free. Now, the reason why I don't write that down and say, here you go do that, because if I did, I don't want to say this, but there's no other way to say it. You would fail. I would fail. Everyone would fail. There is a way where you have to do the protocol and start one thing at a time to know how it's affecting your body and when to stop and what to keep going with. So when you start the lemon water, you're going to get some symptoms and you're going to think you're getting worse and you're going to get scared and get off the protocol when really those are detox symptoms and we just need to back off a little bit. Or let's say the lemon water is absolutely fine and then you incorporate the celery juice and you're shitting your brains out and you're like, I'm not doing this. This is horrendous. Too much, too fast. We back that off a little bit while we keep up with the lemon water. Same thing goes for the heavy metal smoothie. The way you do it, you have to have all of the information to know what is a detox symptom, what to back off of, and what to keep going. What's a peak and what's a valley. When you're in a valley, it's not an exacerbation. You're actually detoxing and you're doing it a little too fast. So we're going to back it off. So I don't know how to put all of this information in one document. So what I did was I put a lot of time and effort, hours and hours of not only the information of the protocol, but also how to do it. So I've made videos on each one on how to do it, what to take a break from and when, what to look for in your body. That's what's on my website. When you see protocol, you can buy that. I would still recommend some coaching though, because I need to be able to walk you through what feels like an exacerbation so you know that it's not one, it's the detox symptoms. Did I miss something? Been doing okay? No, I didn't. Oh, there's more down here. Oh, I did miss a lot. Jennifer, I fucking love you. What are you using on your hair? It's amazing. Whatever mousse is on sale at the drugstore, and this one was in a yellow can with black writing, curls something. If it says curls on it, just mousse. And thank you. And I don't think it looks as amazing as it actually does on this call. I really feel like it's the lighting, because when you see it in person, it doesn't look like this. But thank you. And I have it like over to the side and away from the microphone, so I really appreciate that, but it does not look as good in person as it does right now. I appreciate that very much. Suzanne, okay, Suzanne said she's been on the protocol now on the lemon water and the celery juice for 6 weeks and feels amazing. She just said it was not easy. I'm not one to commit to things. Suzanne, that's why we speak the same language. Me either. I have many issues with commitment. I love that you said that. But I was dealing with the cog fog and feeling so drained. I had to start this protocol. So glad that I did. All right, Suzanne, I think we need to get you on here. We need to talk, you and me, and let people know how hard it is to get started, because you don't see a difference right away. But once you see the difference, if you stick with it and know how to do it, once you see the difference, it is amazing to finally go, oh my God, I can see clearly. I can think clearly. I have mental bandwidth that I didn't have before. And we're told at the doctor's office that it is impossible, that, it's brain fog, it's MS, Jeanene, just learn to live with this. You know what? Just be happy that you're not laying in bed somewhere. Are you fucking kidding me? It took 2 people and a cane to get me in here, and you think I should be happy that I'm not laying in bed? So Suzanne, if you're willing, I'd love to get you on here. This is wonderful, and I'm so glad. I'm so happy for you. Isn't it amazing when you finally feel a difference and you're like, holy fuck, it works. It fucking works. Angie says, I started on the Wolves protocol and then moved to the Best Bet diet before I found this group. Part of that is avoiding soy and legumes. I still do that, but I'm curious, do you avoid these? What perfect timing. Wait, who was that? That was Angie. Perfect timing, because the next question is, oh, can I eat nightshades? I thought it was legumes, but I'll talk about both. All right, so, sorry, hold on. Nightshades and legumes, it's all a theory that Dr. Gundry, that Dr. Gundry came up with. And my God, the ridicule that he is going through right now, because none of it is based in science. None of it is based in truth. There is no reason to fear legumes or nightshades, because they talk about the lectins. Like, that's supposedly the problem with this. Oh, it's the lectins and they're causing inflammation. Every fruit and vegetable has lectins in it. According to the medical medium, of course, I'm not a scientist. I get my information from the medical medium because he helps me heal to 100%. And so therefore, everything that he has said and told me to do, I did. And I was like, oh my God, it's freaking amazing. More people need to know this. That's why I'm constantly saying, well, according to the medical medium, every fruit and vegetable has lectins in it. There's nothing wrong with lectins. When they came out with this, he says that it was basically just a marketing scheme. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. Now, you listen to your body, because you don't know what's causing gas, what's causing you to inflammation, but you're going to feel that. So let's say you eat beans and they cause gas. Well, they cause gas for a lot of people. Not me anymore, actually. A lot of people soak their beans before they eat them to release some of that gassiness, whatever's causing the gas. You could do that. But when you're having symptoms, fruits and vegetables and legumes and nightshades, whatever affects you, bloating, inflammation, it's not because of the food. It's because of what pathogen that food is killing. Your body is reacting to that dead pathogen, that gas that dead pathogen is producing. That's what your body's reacting to. So just like when I first started 10 years ago, working on my diet and seeing what worked for me and what didn't work for me, the way I eat today is completely different than what I ate 10 years ago. I can eat popcorn. I can eat corn chips. I still don't eat the gluten. I can do a little bit of dairy. And I don't do eggs because I never really liked eggs. And now that I know they feed viruses, I never liked them anyway. But would I eat an egg if it was baked in a gluten-free muffin? Yeah, I would. Because in my own experience and experience of the hundreds of people that I have worked with, it's not the dairy, it's not the eggs, it's not the corn. None of that takes you down the way gluten does. It is the gluten. We don't start the count over if you ate dairy. We don't start the count over if you ate an egg, but we start the count over every time you ate gluten, because gluten, for some reason, whatever strain of Epstein-Barr virus that we have, it is the primary food. Oh, you just reminded me. Thank you. Okay, so I'm working with a marketing person who was telling me, Jeanene, when you're doing lives, ask them to hit the emotion button, a like or heart or something, because that's going to boost your video in the Facebook algorithm. I don't know how that makes sense, though, because we're all in a group and you're going to see this anyway. But if you wouldn't mind, if you like this video and you think more people should see it, and I'm sure that there are people who aren't seeing this because there's 2,500 people in the group. So, and there's, I think, 30 people on here right now. Yeah, so if you want more people in the group to see this, press a heart, press a like, and it's going to boost the algorithm. Don't ask me. That's all I know, the big word, algorithm. How it works, I have no fucking clue. But that's what they tell me. All right, so, okay. I can't believe it's 6 o'clock already. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm hoping to chop this video up so that you don't have to watch the whole thing. Oh, Angie, did I answer your question? Let me know if I answered your question. Suzanne says, also doing coffee enema. It's new. I just did one so far. Suzanne, we have so much to talk about when we get you on here. I want to know exactly how that is. Because thanks to Rhonda, I used coffee to dye my hair. It doesn't last forever, so I have to do it again because it's all brassy. But I didn't use decaffeinated. I used caffeinated, and I was bouncing off the wall. So I'm just wondering with that enema, are you using decaf, or does it matter? Does it get absorbed through there? I don't know. We're going to have so much fun. I can't wait to talk to you. I don't have a pen to write with right now. I was going to write down, reach out to you. I will remember. Oh, Ellen. So 14 weeks, isn't that bad then? It might take longer. 14 weeks. All right, explain that question a little bit more. Where is the 14 week? Where did I reference 14 weeks? And thank you for all of those hearts. I just saw someone. But Alan, yeah, I do want to answer that. So ask me in a little bit more detail. Rita, does it matter if you just use blueberries and the blueberries that that the medical medium says? Great question. Rhonda, she just said trust the process. And you're seeing the lights because my computer just went off because I haven't moved my mouse. All right, we're back. What was the question? The blueberries. Does it matter if you just use blueberries and the Okay. So there is a difference between conventional blueberries and the blueberries that the medical medium recommends. He recommends the wild blueberries, the much smaller ones that you get in the freezer section, versus the conventional blueberries that you get the produce section, which are the big fat guys. Yeah, it does matter. The way he explains it is he says that the wild blueberries are a completely different animal than the conventional blueberries. The conventional blueberries obviously have great antioxidants and they're really good for you, but the wild blueberry is considered a superfood because of the potency of the antioxidant in there. And that specific antioxidant is like death to the Epstein-Barr virus. It's like death. So that's why that's the number one fruit to kill the Epstein-Barr virus is the wild blueberries. Rhonda, I love that. Yeah, you got to trust the process and you got to go slow. It is an evolution. Yeah, reading out the other blueberries, the wild ones. Yes, perfect. Suzanne, yep. I'm in a group of people that just want to stay healthy and they preach the morning protocol. I'm so glad. The morning protocol, the medical medium morning protocol is life-changing. And that's starve, kill, detox. I know it doesn't go in order, but that's the detox process. We start with the detox process because we don't want to overwhelm the body with the dead virus of the Epstein-Barr virus. So we can overwhelm the body. If you kill that virus too quickly, you're going to overwhelm your body and it's going to feel like an exacerbation because the brain fog is going to be intense because you have all this dead virus floating around your body. So that's why you want to go and get your detox processes working first with the lemon water and the celery juice. So then as you start to kill the virus, you're going to starve the virus, you're going to kill the virus, and then the detox process is already working really well in your body and you're getting rid of it as fast as you possibly can. I love these comments. Thank you. Angie says, I believe that the wild blueberries have way more antioxidants than regular blueberries. Yeah, perfect. That was the perfect thing, and that's what he explains. It has more, and it has a very different type of antioxidant, a lot more potent than the conventional blueberries. All right, Kiara, I love that name. What about the mercury in the fish? Yeah, great question. So the heavy metals is another primary food of the Epstein-Barr virus, and how do you get away from getting heavy metals in fish? I don't know if you can. Even if you like the wild caught, right? The wild caught, don't get this is what they say. You got to get the wild caught. You can't get the farm raised. The farm raised has all the chemicals and steroids in it, and the wild doesn't. Yeah, but you know what? The wild has all the heavy metals and the mercury and all the shit that is absorbing from the ocean. The farm raised has all the chemicals from the food, the shit that they're feeding the fish to grow. You can't win. And I think living on planet Earth, you're not going to be able to ever eat a clean diet of no heavy metals. It's just not possible. They fall from the sky. We're going to absorb them through our skin, whether we eat any of this stuff or not. But what I want you to come away knowing is that your body is designed to get rid of all the shit that comes into your body that's not supposed to be there. Your body's designed to do that, and it can handle it beautifully. We've evolved for how many thousands of years on this planet? Just fine. Now we're getting sick with autoimmune disease and cancer. Why is that? Because our livers are sluggish and we're not teaching people how to keep their bodies clean so that the detox function of the body can work. So once you get to the point where you're very mindful of what you're putting in your body. Maybe you only eat fish once a week. I only eat salmon once a week because of that reason. Is it farm raised? Is it wild caught? I don't freaking know, and I don't freaking care. I order it once a week. I go out to dinner once a week with my friend Jen, and I get the grilled salmon and I get the vegetables. I don't care where they come from, and I don't care if they're organic or not, because I did the work. I cleaned out my body, and now I'm on maintenance. Just like working out at the gym. You know, you want to lose the fat and gain the muscle, you're going to have to work hard, and you're going to have to work hard consistently for months until you get to the point where you're just on maintenance. And that's exactly how this diet works. You're going to work really hard to clean out your body, and then you're just going to go on maintenance, and you're not going to fear what's organic, what's not organic, what has heavy metals, what doesn't. It doesn't matter, because your body can handle it. Your human body is absolutely divine and perfect, and it can handle anything that you put into it. Anything that this earth has to throw at your body, you can handle it. You just need to give your body what it requires in order to be able to be strong and to be able to get rid of what it doesn't need. All right, put the glasses back on. Oh, Casey, thank you. Glad to make it today. Good to see everyone. Hi, Jeanene. Hello, it's great to see you too. I'm so glad to be back. I so missed the Live at 5s. My God, that COVID shit is awful. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. And Dana says, I've been on the protocol 7 months. No dairy, no gluten, no eggs, but walking is still laborsome. That has always been my issue. Oh, the walking. The walking is the last thing. The walking is the last thing to come back. And we get into this more when we get into the protocol, but when we get into the coaching, not the protocol. The reason why the walking, we just did this with one of the group members yesterday. We went down the list of symptoms that she got rid of. All of the symptoms, every single symptom that she's ever had for the past 30 years is gone, except the walking is not where she wants it. She's still using a walker. And so I said, all right, play with me. Let's do this. I said, give me the list of symptoms that are gone. She went down to each one. I said, back when you had this, did you think that it would ever go away? She's like, yeah, no, I knew it would probably go away. And what about when you had drop foot? And what about when you had the electrical impulses? And what about when you had brain fog? Did you think it was absolutely impossible for those symptoms to go away? She goes, no. She goes, no, I didn't. I said, when it comes to walking, somewhere inside your brain, do you think it's impossible for you to walk again? She said, yeah, I do. I feel like that's harder than any other symptom to get rid of. I said, why? Where does that judgment come from? You made that judgment. Your body's not making that judgment. And that's where I talked about an hour ago when I got on here. The programs, the limiting beliefs that we have in our brain are going to directly affect how and what you heal. If you have a program running in your subconscious that walking again is impossible and walking is too hard for your body to handle, to do, to heal, then yes, it's going to be. We talked about telling your body what to do. We talked about where do those beliefs come from. Why do you think you know that walking again is harder than getting rid of brain fog? Where are these beliefs coming from? And then I told the story of when I did 2 rounds of IVF. I have my 2-year-old, and he was IVF, and I did 2 rounds. And the first round didn't work, obviously. You do it again. So after the first round, we do it again. And the doctor, after they implant the embryo, gives me a hug, and he whispers in my ear, and he goes, Jeanene, tell your body what to do this time. And I looked at him. I knew what he was talking about, but I didn't know that he was of this belief because he's a medical doctor, and I have a very bad, And he goes, it works. Tell your body what to do. So yeah, the walking, that's where in our coaching, we get deep. We get deep into the limiting beliefs. Where do they come from? Why do you think that you're never going to walk again? Why do you think that it's impossible? So yeah, the walking is usually the last to go away because that is the last of the limiting beliefs to be dealt with, to be addressed. And hopefully this raises your awareness enough to reach out and talk to somebody about these beliefs, whether it's me, whether it's another coach or a therapist or whoever you want to talk to. You have to address that belief because as long as that program is running in the background, it's going to be running through your physical body. I hope that sheds some light for you. All right, so Rita, Angie Peterson, thank you. If you can get that normal, okay, that was another conversation. Angie says, I think this has been asked before. I can't remember the answer, but if you can't get them. Oh, we're talking about blueberries. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm in your conversation. Perfect. And Suzanne, yeah, you agree? Perfect. She said, sure thing, Jeanene. All right, perfect. Do we have any questions left? Well, it's 6:06. All right, I'll keep going. We still have a good audience here. While we have a good audience, we have one more question left. Why does celery juice make me nauseous and tired? And I will get that. But while we have a good number of people on here, I want to promote that this year is the first time that I'm opening up the events inside the Path to Healing group coaching. We do coaching with me and the group on Mondays and Tuesdays, and then one Thursday a month I bring in a guest speaker and for the group. But what I've decided to do this year was open it up to everybody in Minding Your Soul. We're getting some really good speakers, and so I want to keep it really cheap. I want to give you guys something to do that's interesting and fun, and maybe learn a little something from home, from Zoom. You don't have to leave your camera on. You don't have to talk or say anything. You can just show up if you want to. But this, no, not this Thursday, next Thursday, a week from Thursday, we're going to have the author of Hope and Healing, The Case for Cannabis. If you've ever wanted to smoke or eat cannabis and you don't know how to do it, listen to me, this is me. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to ask for. I don't want to be a pothead. I don't want to get high. Sometimes I do want to get high, but I don't want to have to get high. Do I have a choice? What do I ask for? What does it do? How is it specific to MS? These are all of my questions that he spends a lot of time on in this book. If you don't want to read the book and you want to get on the Zoom and ask him questions one-on-one and listen to him, he's not cheap. His speaking engagement costs a little bit of money, so I do have to charge for this one, but I'm keeping it really low. I'm keeping these speakers awesome, and the ticket price really low. It's $12. So go on mindingyoursoul.com under events if that's something you want to be a part of. And then I'm just going to start advertising them. But this is a week from Thursday. We have another good one next month too. All right, so let's not be on here for 2 hours because this is ridiculously long. I'm really sorry. I have a lot to say after not being on here for a month. All right, why does celery juice make me nauseous and tired? Because you're killing the pathogens way too fast. Celery juice kills the Epstein-Barr virus on contact, on freaking contact. Celery juice hits the Epstein-Barr virus in your gut, which is your lining. Your gut lining starts here and it ends when it comes out, and that's where the celery juice hits first. So if you're experiencing nausea and tiredness, it's because your body is overwhelmed with the dead virus. So back off the celery juice, up the lemon water, and start flushing things out. So I know the medical medium recommends 16 ounces of celery juice to work up to. Do not start with 16 ounces of celery juice. You will hate yourself and you will hate me. That is way too much. We don't know where your Epstein-Barr virus lives. Some people don't have any in their gut lining. It's already all in their organs. Some people have it in their gut lining and in their organs. We don't know. So if you were to drink 16 ounces right away, you're going to be running to the bathroom. There's going to be diarrhea. And if you can't run, you might not make it to the bathroom before it comes out. I need to tell you that, and you need to be very mindful of how much celery juice and how powerful celery juice is. So make sure when starting celery juice, you only do a couple ounces at a time and you work your way up. Even if you start, I just killed an ant on my desk. I still have them. And Sarah, if you're working, if you're watching, I haven't bought the mint yet. I'm on it. Even if you start with 2 to 3 ounces of celery juice and you get nauseous and you're like, seriously? Yeah, seriously, that could happen. And that's because it is killing the Epstein-Barr virus on contact, and your body has to work really hard to get that out. So make sure you take it slow and understand that just because it's making you nauseous and tired doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. This is where the education comes in, and this is where the coaching comes in. You don't need coaching for the rest of your life. You just need a few sessions to answer these questions so that when you start the protocol, I want you to heal as quickly as possible, but as gently as possible so that you stick with it. And the reason why people don't stick with it and then come back to me is because they thought they were having an exacerbation. And when you decide to do something like this crazy ass protocol, you're going to heal MS, and everybody thinks you're crazy because you're drinking the Kool-Aid, the celery juice. And everyone thinks you're crazy. And then all of a sudden you start feeling worse. Your brain is going, oh, great, they were right. I shouldn't have done this. I'm actually getting worse. I'm not getting better. Whereas if you called me and we had a conversation, I would have said, no, you are getting better. You're just getting better way too fast and it doesn't feel good. Back off. We got to back off the celery juice and increase the lemon water. So these are the little things, the little bits and pieces of the education that you need to make sure that you stay the course and that you heal in a very gentle way. Because I want to say this, and this is very important. The slower you go on this protocol, the faster you will heal. And I always say it twice because it sounds ridiculous. It goes against everything we've ever been taught. The slower you go on this protocol, the faster you will heal. Because if you go fast on the protocol, you will crash and burn. And I know what you're thinking because like attracts like. So you're like me. I know you are because you're in this group and you are attracted to this information. You are attracted to me. So therefore, you're probably very much like me and you're thinking, Not me. I can do it. I'm strong enough to endure it. I'll be fine. I can do this. I'm not going to go slow. I'm going to heal. Now that I have the information, I'm going to heal, and I'm going to heal quickly. That was me. I crashed and burned a lot. And that's why it took me 10 years to heal. And that's why I drive home all the time. Please go slow. Please call me. Schedule a free consultation. If you're like, yeah, Jeanene, can't afford the $100 coaching, great. Schedule a free consultation. Let me set you up for success. Watch the videos on YouTube. Watch the Live at 5s. All the information is in there, and start just taking notes. Oh, hi, Riff. What'd you say? I do drink the smoothie through a straw, but it stains regardless. How do you whiten your teeth? Oh, I don't whiten my teeth. The blueberries whiten my teeth. Well, I also think there's a filter going on up here, because I don't feel like my teeth are this white in real life. No, nor do I think the whites of my eyes. So I don't feel like my teeth are this white. Not that there's oh, is there? What is this button? Oh, no, that's not it. Okay, I was just wondering if that's the touch-up button. Now I can't see comments. Good Lord. They're back. Okay. So the blueberries actually whiten your teeth. So you know that heavy metal smoothie that is so purple and green and so dark, and you're thinking, oh my God, it's going to stain my teeth. Do some, you know what, I got to find the whoever finds it first has to post it on the medical medium. The wild blueberries, the spirulina, all those dark colored fruits and vegetables are actually whitening your teeth. They're removing all the shit off your teeth that's preventing the whiteness. That's going to whiten your teeth. So no, I don't whiten my teeth. I just keep them white with all the fruits and vegetables that I eat. All right, I think we answered everything. I've taken up enough of your time. It's 6:15. Thank you for joining me. Please, wait, what? What is the group, please? What group? What group are we talking about? You're in the group. I hope we're in the group. Minding Your Soul? Minding Your Soul group? Is that what you're talking about, Teresa? Can you post the link? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The event that I was just talking about. Yeah, what group? All right, so this is the Minding Your Soul group, where we're talking about the protocol, how to heal MS, right? Medical medium. Inside here is where we've created a Path to Healing group, and that's group coaching. That you can find on the website and read all about it. We get together Monday, Tuesday, and the last Thursday of every month. The last Thursday of every month is where it's not just me, it's a group, it's a guest speaker. And I've decided, we've gotten really good guest speakers, I want to open it up to everybody. So the Path to Healing group coaching members, they get it for free, because so guys, if you're watching it, yours is free. If you're in the group coaching program, it's free to you. It's going to be Thursday, our normal Zoom link. But if you're just a Minding Your Soul member who's just right here, you got to buy a ticket. It's $12. And this one, Hope and Healing, the Case for Cannabis, I call it like How to Smoke Weed, is going to be a week from this Thursday. And yes, Teresa, I will post the link not only in this thread, but I will also do it in like a separate post in Minding Your Soul. It's going to be good. We're asking him to go ahead and talk specifically about multiple sclerosis, because he has all of the chronic diseases that he talks about here, specifically multiple sclerosis. What do we smoke? Should we smoke? What's it doing for us? How does it work with our body? Am I going to be a pothead? Do I have to smoke it? Can I eat it? Do I have to get high? Like all of these things. I don't know the answers to any of them. All right, that's enough. I'll post more. And this was fun, guys. It was so nice to be back and talk to you again. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your questions. And thank you for being so supportive, not only to me, but to everybody in this group. When people post and you answer questions and you're so sweet and you're like, don't worry about it. We got you. I love to see that, and I just hope that everyone here is supporting each other in their questions and on their journey. No judgments. You know, if someone's doing something and you're like, oh, I wouldn't do that, don't worry about it. That's their journey. You know, and everyone realizes things differently and does things differently and does things in their own time when it's perfect for them. So, all right, you guys have a great night. Thank you for dealing with my technical difficulties and staying with me. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.